What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Our Elimination Chamber is almost here, with shockingly only 4 high-stakes matches, as well as the big decision that Cody Rhodes has to make. There's plenty of speculation over what will happen. Join us now as we look at all the winners and losers of the 2025 Elimination Chamber PLE. And I'm gonna go wild on this one. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now, WrestleMania has always been about booking the biggest bouts on the grandest stage of them all, and John Cena's quest for his historic 17th World Championship is as big as WWE can currently book. Add in the possibility of Cody Rhodes turning heel with The Rock backing him up, and fans could be in for a truly epic main event. But let's see what happens, right? Well, the first match of the night will be the Women's Elimination Chamber match, as Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez all fight for the #1 contendership for the Women's World Championship. Now, this is another star-studded affair. The addition of NXT's prodigy Roxanne Perez has our fans wondering if she'll pull off the surprise of the century following a promotion to the Raw roster. It's a possibility that can't be ruled out, but we believe that WWE is going to use Bayley and Perez's presence in the match to heat up their feud and set up things for a WrestleMania match. Bianca Belair and Naomi's loss of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship now opens the door for either superstar to win and pursue a singles title. However, the first thing WWE needs to do is answer the question of who took out Jade Cargill. While this storyline has dragged a bit, it's likely that fans will find out before Elimination Chamber, with the big reveal adding another added dimension to the women's match. For example, if Naomi was responsible, Bianca will want to get revenge during the match, which could lead to her losing as she doesn't focus on the match itself, letting anger get in her way. Likewise, if Bianca is revealed as Jade's attacker, it's also possible that Cargill will return this Saturday, taking out whoever attacked her, further complicating the match and possibly leading to a new competitor. But then there's Alexa Bliss, who seemed headed for a program with the Wyatt Six and likely won't win, so she can focus on whatever storyline WWE has planned for her on the Blue brand. But we're still looking for Bianca Belair to navigate the chaos surrounding Jade Cargill and the match, punching her ticket to WrestleMania. Our final prediction: Bianca Belair wins the Women's Chamber and becomes #1 contender for the Women's World Championship. Now, once again, this boils down to who the superstar is who will deliver the maximum star power to WrestleMania for Rhea Ripley's Women's World Championship defense, and who makes the most credible challenger. Now, with all due respect, Naomi is an incredible threat. Bianca Belair seems to be like the best choice because she has the size and strength to challenge Rhea, and other than Rhea versus Becky, it's hard to think of a better matchup. Now, there will be room down the road for Bayley to battle Rhea at some point. Rhea will likely face Roxanne, but that being said, Bianca just seems like the best choice right now. Next up, Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton take on Nia Jax and Candace LeRae. Now, this is a match that is clearly being designed to set up something big and has nothing to do with Nia and Candace. Now, this match has been brewing thanks to Trish Stratus making the save for Tiffany Stratton, and this of course makes storyline sense. But while Jax needs to move on from a program with Tiffany Stratton, hopefully LeRae's appearance on the PLE will show fans what she can do. But for this match, expect the heels to dominate, with Stratus and Stratton rallying back and getting the win. As our final prediction, Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton win the match. But as we just mentioned, this match is all about creating a future match between Stratus and Stratton. Fans will remember last year's heated confrontation between Trish and Tiffy at Money in the Bank after Stratton captured the women's briefcase. It was all the way back then that Stratton dismissed Stratus as yesterday's news, keeping with her heel character and leaving fans to wonder whether Trish would challenge Miss Money in the Bank down the road. Now, we're certain that this will happen, but when and how remains unclear. The biggest obstacle to the match is that Stratton is booked to defend her title against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, which doesn't leave room for Stratus versus Stratton. That's unless WWE wants to make this a triple threat, which they have in the past. But one possibility is that Stratus interferes in Tiffany's title defense, costing Stratton the match as payback for her past insults. Now, truthfully, we don't think that any dissension is going to happen at this point. Trish is definitely going to earn her trust with Tiffany Stratton, winning the match quite cleanly. However, this doesn't mean that there's no swerve coming, as Trish Stratus could then cost Tiffany Stratton the match and betray her at WrestleMania. This then leads to Charlotte Flair's 200th title win, but also sets up a huge feud between Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton down the road. Right now, their teaming up has been fun, but WWE hasn't booked it well, neither explaining why the two are suddenly BFFs or whether Tiffany is a babyface. This will then see Trish Stratus's final run in the company as she passes the torch on to Tiffany Stratton. Next up, an unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It's a story that's been intertwined with these two superstars for most, if not all, of their careers. Two wrestlers who can be the best of friends and reach incredible heights, only to let something ridiculous set one or both off, leading to months or even years of intense battles. This latest battle isn't surprising, as Owens' character of someone who can find fault with everyone but himself means anyone is likely to become public enemy number one in his eyes, even his supposed best friend. While the unsanctioned match stipulation is silly if you apply the least bit of logic to the concept, it dates back decades and should make this into a pure slobber knocker. Zayn and Owens have wrestled each other so many times that they can sleepwalk through the match and pull off a 5-star rating. Knowing their professional pride, both superstars will find new ways to entertain the fans who have seen their previous battles. Like several of the matches on this show, this is one designed to set up something even bigger than the match itself. In this case, it could lead to the return of Randy Orton, who we're certain will return from the kayfabe injury inflicted on him by Owens. Whether Randy's arrival or actual interference from the Viper costs Owens a match, look for Sami Zayn to defeat Owens and for the feud between Owens and Orton to take off. But our final prediction, Sami Zayn wins the unsanctioned match. Now, Sami remains a high-profile superstar, but his win over KO is unlikely to help the perception that he's been losing far too many matches and coming up short when it matters the most. But keep an eye on Sami as WWE has teased a heel turn, and it'll be interesting to see if Zayn turns heel before WrestleMania and who he challenges should he return to villainy. As for Owens vs Orton, their previous match was more of a side quest for Owens during his feud with Cody Rhodes, and now that the American Nightmare is deciding whether to sell his soul to The Rock, this gives Owens and Orton the spotlight to try and end each other's careers. Depending on how the WWE books this, Kevin vs Randy could go on for months as the WWE adds different stipulation matches before ending their feud. Next up, it's the men's Elimination Chamber match as John Cena, Damian Priest, Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and CM Punk all battle for #1 contendership for the WWE Championship. And just like this year's Royal Rumble, this year's Elimination Chamber is a star-studded affair, and after what fans saw at the Rumble, fans have every reason to believe that anyone competing can actually win this match. John Cena is a huge favourite in light of his wanting that elusive record-setting 17th world title win, but fans can't rule out anyone. There should be plenty of heat in this match since no one likes Logan Paul, and it's possible the Maverick will even be targeted by everyone in the match. But then again, the beauty of the chamber is that the 6th wrestler to enter the chamber has an advantage over the other 5, well, at least on paper, so even Paul could win it. WWE has done a great job mixing things up with the chamber, so a scheduled competitor may be taken out before the match, leading to someone replacing them. Roman Reigns could even seem like a good choice, particularly because he's been looking for revenge on Seth Rollins. Now that one could be a long shot, but the more likely scenario is that Roman interferes in the match, taking out Seth and possibly even CM Punk as collateral damage. This would then be the ideal setup for the rumored CM Punk vs Roman Reigns vs Seth Rollins triple threat at WrestleMania. But despite every wrestler having a chance, we previously believed that WWE going with the fan favourite, that being John Cena winning and his farewell tour takes him to the show of shows. But it's not going to be as easy as that. I'm going to go deep and wild with this prediction, and I could be incredibly wrong, but I don't think Cena will emerge victorious. It's just too obvious at this point, much like it was John Cena winning the Rumble and, well, that never happened. Triple H is going to swerve us big with this one, and it will start with Drew McIntyre winning the chamber. But we still got Cody's decision. Now, while we've discussed Cody Rhodes' possible answer to The Rock's offer to take him to unprecedented heights in exchange for everything he stands for in our recent Rumors video, we've discussed the possibility of Cody joining and leading to an eventual heel turn, but judging by Cody's merch numbers, that's probably not going to happen. WWE would be fools financially to turn Cody Rhodes heel, so that isn't going to happen. But are there any others who could join up with The Rock? One wrestler in particular who'd have no problem in selling his soul is Drew McIntyre. Now think about this, Drew was reportedly livid at the Royal Rumble and walked out. He was frustrated at the fact that he was going to have a nothing match with Damian Priest at WrestleMania. Now him having The Rock on his side could lead to the biggest and most well-deserved moment yet in WWE. So as Drew wins the chamber, he's off to WrestleMania. The Rock pulls in a favor and screws Cody out of the championship, and Drew is now the new WWE corporate champion. But it's not over for Cena, as WWE will have him go through all the hoops to get to being #1 contender and possibly winning at SummerSlam. Now, of course, Cody's decision must take place before the men's elimination chamber for this to be set up, so it all really depends on the placing of when Cody actually gives his decision. Or it could be the simple fact that Cody turns him down here tonight and The Rock looks for someone else, but that someone is Drew McIntyre. Many people have actually forgotten that The Rock actually chose Drew McIntyre as the next big thing in WWE, and that was all the way back in 2019.
Yes.
Who is the next Rock, John Cena? Who in the WWE think could be the next big superstar?
Personally, I like Drew McIntyre. I think he's got a great look, a great build, and especially as he continues to hone in on his craft and connect with the audience, which is always the most important thing.
They also had a little bit of a talk backstage during The Rock's return, and Drew was also seen whispering into The Rock's ear. Again, this is a wild prediction, but something that could actually happen. Your guess is probably as good as mine, but somehow we're probably going to get swerved. But there you have it, folks, all the winners and losers for this year's Elimination Chamber. What are your predictions? Who do you think will sell their soul? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.